When it comes to self-care, we often think about the pampering types of self-care, like bubble baths and pedicures and massages and things like that. And while that's definitely a part of self-care, there's a lot more to it and a lot of other parts of us that need to be taken care of. So I started thinking about this and even doing a little bit of research. And I've put together 7 different types of self-care. And we're going to think about it like a pie chart like this. The 7 different types of self-care are physical, emotional, social, spiritual, intellectual, occupational, and financial. And during this video, I want to take you through a simple exercise that's going to help you figure out which areas of self-care you need to work on and exactly what kinds of actions you can take to do specific self-care activities. To help you with this exercise, I've created a simple workbook that looks like this. So pause this video for a moment, go print off the workbook, or gather some paper and a pen, and you can follow along with the exercise that way. All right, now you're going to turn to the second page in your workbook that says physical, or if you're working with a piece of paper, just write physical at the top of your page. And physical self-care is kind of the one we tend to think of the most. It involves taking care of your physical body. So those are things like getting enough sleep, eating the right kinds of foods, drinking enough water, exercising regularly, and taking care of any medical or dental needs and things like that. So the next step in the exercise is I'm going to ask you to pause the video in a moment and you're going to write down how you feel you're doing in this area of self-care or in this area of your life right now, just with the normal things that you're doing. So on the workbook, you'll see a few options to select from. You're going to select how you're feeling. And if you have a piece of paper, you're going to write it down. Maybe you're feeling kind of stressed and overwhelmed or burnt out in this area. Or maybe you're feeling excited and energized and pretty content in this area. So pick whichever words seem right to you or write in your own word. Go ahead and hit pause, take a minute to write it down, and I'll be here when you come back. All right, now that we've figured out where you stand right now in this area, we're going to move forward and start figuring things out. So if you're working with a piece of paper, I want you to draw a line down the center, and you're going to make 2 headings. One is going to say doing, and the other is going to say to do. And if you're working with the workbook, you already have this chart ready for you. So to start off with, you're going to pause me in a moment and you're going to write down the things that you feel you're doing in your life that are helping to take care of your physical self. So what are you already doing well? Go ahead and write those down. And now the interesting part, we're going to talk about things that you can do to take care of your physical self. And I am going to give you a whole list of ideas that will hopefully give you some inspiration, spark some ideas, and you'll have a feeling for which ones you want to write down that you think would be helpful to you. So you're going to use the other column of your chart to write down the ones that stand out to you that you want to work on. Okay. Here's the list of specific activities and actions that you can take to take care of your physical self. See which ones stand out to you. Starting with regular exercise. Maybe you already know what kind of exercise you like. Maybe it's been a while since you've done exercise, or you've done it but you haven't enjoyed it and you don't really feel like you want to do it. We're going to try to find something that you enjoy doing so that you're going to want to keep doing it regularly. So some possibilities are going for a run, or a jog, or a walk. Or maybe you like to go swimming or to do yoga. Maybe you like to go rock climbing. Think about some of the things that you liked to do when you were younger. Did you play some sports? Did you dance? I used to do ballet when I was like 11 years old till the time I was like 14, and I haven't done anything with it since, but recently I decided to sign up for an adult ballet class. I've been to 2 lessons so far and I've really enjoyed it. I'm definitely not as good as I used to be at it, but I'm still having a lot of fun doing it, and I can tell that I'm going to get stronger as I go. And one last idea for regular exercise is to do something with a friend. Go for a walk and chat together, or sign up for a class together. Next is a balanced diet. How are you doing in this area? Do you need to spend some time learning a little bit about nutrition, maybe what your body needs? Take some time to learn about macros or calories or some of the nutrients that you might be missing. A while ago, I realized that I was not getting near enough protein for what I should be eating. What helped me was I downloaded the MyFitnessPal app. I just used the free version, and what it does is it lets you log the food that you're eating. I don't use it every day, but I'll take like a day or two or three in a row maybe and track what I'm eating on those days just to kind of give me an idea of how I'm doing in a certain area and get a feel for what kinds of foods help me to achieve my goal or do the opposite. So the way that it works is every time you want to enter a food in, you can either type in the item and choose the amount that you ate, or you can scan the UPC code on the packaging of the food that you ate and then pick the amount of food that you ate. And the app calculates things for you. So it'll tell you how many calories are in a specific food, or how many calories have you eaten in the day. How is the balance between protein, carbs, and fat in that particular food item or in your whole day's list of foods. And you can look up how you're doing in different nutrients, things like fiber or a particular vitamin, or how much sugar are you eating. It really helped me to get an idea of what I was doing, what I could avoid doing, and what I could do more of. Whatever you decide to do in this area, pay attention to how you feel and start doing things for that reason to take care of yourself. A few ideas for how you can improve your sleep. Aim for at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Try to have a consistent bedtime. Maybe you can set a time to aim for and put an alarm on your phone to remind you to start getting ready. Maybe you can work on the atmosphere in your bedroom. Is it quiet in there? Is it dark, relaxing? Do you have it set at a comfortable temperature? Maybe you want to remove the electronic devices from your room. That can make a big difference in your sleep quality and preparation too. And a few other tips are to avoid large meals, caffeine and alcohol before bed, and getting exercise throughout the day can help your quality of sleep at night. All right, let's talk about water. I struggle with drinking enough water. I just don't feel like I want to drink that much throughout the day. What I did that helped me was I got this water bottle, and on one side it has the time of day listed and an encouraging little note to remind me to drink more water throughout the day. Honestly, I don't pay as much attention to those things as I thought I would, but at least I have an idea in my mind that if I refill this a couple of times in the day, then I'm doing pretty well. Another part of physical self-care is having good hygiene. So this is regular showering, bathing, brushing your teeth, washing your hands regular, keeping your nails clean and trimmed. Now, maybe you have a sedentary lifestyle and you're sitting at the computer for the majority of your day. This is a lot of us. And a simple tip is to take breaks throughout the day to get up, walk around, and do some stretching. You can set an alarm on your phone to remind you to do this more regularly. And let's talk about those medical or dental needs. Do you know that you're due for a screening or a follow-up that you need to book and you've been putting off? Is there a vitamin you know you should be incorporating into your daily routine, but you just haven't gotten around to doing it yet? For me, when I knew that I needed some physiotherapy for my shoulder, I put it off for months because I kept thinking I was going to do more research to choose the best physiotherapy. I did the same thing with eye doctors, actually, and sometimes you just need to set a time limit for yourself to choose who you're going to call and make the appointment with and just get it done. And finally, for physical self-care, let's think about those pampering items that are a little more commonly thought of. Do you like warm bubble baths at the end of the day? Do you like a hot shower? Maybe you want to go have a spa day at the spa or at home and do it yourself. Or maybe you want to book yourself a massage. These are all great ways to take care of your physical health. Okay, now you're going to pause this video if you haven't already while I've been talking and jot down the ideas that stood out to you that you want to try to improve your physical self-care. Now we're going to move on to the next page in the workbook and the next topic, which is emotional self-care. So continue to follow along with me in the next video in the series.